Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright, so I am extremely excited to bring you the SR1 from Cold Steel. This is more of the genre of knife that I like. As you guys know, I am a knife maker. I do not make folding knives, so I don't mind bringing you product reviews based on folding knives, and I have quite a large selection of folding knives, typically Cold Steel, Spyderco, that kind of thing. So with this knife, I was fairly impressed. I will say that I like this type of knife, and this is my own opinion, obviously. There's not going to be any type of cut tests or anything like that. This is just a tabletop review, but I can say for what I use it for, I think it's outstanding, and I think you can use it past of what I've used it for. Now, this is the SR1. It's made from Cold Steel. I'll give you some specs on it. Blade length is 4 inches. The overall length is 9 3/8. The steel is CPM S35VN. The overall weight is 7 ounces. The handle is OD green, and it is made of G10. And the blade thickness is 5.8 mil thick. So it is a big, thick, hefty type of knife. More my style. I will say that, like I said, I only make fixed blade knives, so if you're interested, please go to 3riverblades.com, check out all the knives that I have up there. I have some knives here that we'll talk a little bit about when we get to it. But let me just go over some of the other specs here. This is with the Triad lock, so this is one of the toughest locks on the market, I believe. I think it's something rated for like over 200 pounds. They hang weights off of it, that kind of thing. It does come with a lanyard hole if you're interested in that and you want to put a bead on there or a skull or something like that. These you can take off. The clip you can take off from left pocket or right pocket carry, and you just flip it over. These do come with extra screws, which I'm a big fan of. Some of the other knives from Cold Steel do not come with extra screws, so I did like the fact that this came with extra. Alright, Torx bit obviously, and this has the dual thumb studs, so right-handed or left-handed, and they are exactly the same size. So thank you, Cold Steel, for doing that. It's one hand open if you like. Again, the Triad lock is a little bit difficult sometimes because it's a heavy lock, but I'd rather have that than not have it, especially in this type of knife. Now, G10 seems to be the green, OD green G10 is the only colors that I see available right now. Probably come out with a black or tan in the future. I'm not sure about that, but if I know Cold Steel, they will. This happens to be the clip point. It also comes in a Tanto blade. Now let's talk about this knife a little bit, what it's for. This is a survival knife, okay? It's made, this is coming from Lynn Thompson. They basically made this to take the place of this knife in a folding knife, okay? This is the SRK, Survival Rescue Knife. This knife typically sells for, I think, like 40 bucks. What is it, $45? It's made out of, I want to say SR5 or something like that. It's made out of a carbon steel, and they say this is a 6-inch blade, but really it's a 5.5-inch cutting surface. This is an excellent pilot's, soldier, marine, sailor, whoever. This is a good field knife. Comes with that nice rubber texture. The sheath is very adequate. This one happens to be messed up. I think I have to bring this back to Cold Steel because it does not clip into the sheath. I think this got maybe got crushed, or maybe the heat messed it up, so I got to fix that. But you can reverse the belt loop here to be right or left handed, and of course it's got a whole bunch of slots. So as a field knife, this is a really excellent knife. I highly recommend, if you are going to go into the field, to use a fixed blade over a folding knife. However, and that's a big however, understand that you might be pushed into a situation where you do not have the ability to carry a fixed blade knife, or you don't have that option. So carrying something like this that might be a little bit smaller will work instead of the fixed blade knife. Okay, the handle itself is ergonomically great. I think that you can choke up if you wanted to. This has a I want to say integral guard from the front and the rear, so if you needed to make stabbing motions, you absolutely could. Your finger will not slide forward and it will not slide backwards. So again, my only concern is the fact that, yeah, this is a 4-inch blade, and I think they did it for legal reasons. I prefer to have a longer blade. If this is going to be a survival knife, I typically will start with 4.5 or 5 to be better off. I know there's a lot of people out there that baton this and beat it up, and that's fine. That's what it's made for. It's a heavy, heavy, heavy use knife. Now, for me, like I said, this is the folding option of the SRK, as per Lynn Thompson. I think you can't go wrong with either one. Now, competitive options, obviously, for a fixed blade knife. Let me just take this out of the frame for a little bit. You have your SRK knife, survival rescue knife. I'm going to put in my knives, all right? So you guys know that I'm a knife maker, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a knife option that you'll like, all right? That is the Mark 1 Scout. It comes with a Kydex sheath. It is 154 cm. It is stainless, and it comes with micarta. Okay, but if that's not good enough for you, I got something a little bit bigger. All right, so this is 52-100, a little bit more expensive, a little bit beefier, and this is the Wilderness Bowie. Again, my knife, my style. You can go up to the website and check it out. Now, I don't go anywhere in the woods without a large knife, or at least a fixed blade knife, and I think you cannot go wrong, absolutely, if you want to take down dinosaurs or very large trees. You can take that down with my K-Chetty, and the K-Chetty is D2 steel, which is a cross between machete and a kukri. All right, I make these all on the website. This is a 1/4 inch thick, and it has a very large ergonomic handle. Now, that's for fixed blade knives, and that's not really why we're here, and that's not really why we're talking about it, but it is a shameless plug. So if you want to know the folding options that I picked out, these are from other vendors, and that's fine. Like I said, I don't have a problem. Like, I should tell you that the SK1, I'm sorry, if I haven't mentioned it before, the SRK is about it's about $45-50, and the folding version of it is $140. So this is $140. Obviously, because the steel is a little bit more expensive, and it's a folding knife, so a lot more goes into it. Other competitive options. This is the Ruger. I think it's called Going Heavy, and I'm a big fan of that. I just picked this one up. Just trying to get the price on there. It does not come with a belt clip. All right, it comes with a sheath. So it has a sheath on there. You can scout carry it, or carry it. You can carry it vertically or horizontally. This is the Going Heavy. Okay, and I'll do my own separate review on this. But this is a very big blade. They have. This is the large version, and they have the medium version. Again, you're looking at over 5 inches for the blade. It's about $63 on Amazon. It's made of aluminum handle scales. The blade steel on this is 8CR 13 MOV. So it's not an expensive steel. Like I said, for $64. This is between Ruger and CRKT. Stonewash and aluminum scales. Like I said, it's a big, heavy beast of a knife. It does have a liner lock. The idea behind this is to be an outdoor, field, or woods knife. Okay, like I said, it doesn't come with the clip, so you have to use it in the sheath. All right, I wish they would have added a clip to it, but again, I think that's a competitive option, especially if you wanted something a little bit cheaper. The blade itself is almost 5 inches, like 4 and 3/8 or something like that, but the handle is quite large. Another one is from Tops. All right, I'll just put this in there. This is the Cest, or what do they call it? The Tops Excess Delta Liner Lock. It's about $175. I'm sorry, $170. It's quite expensive for a folding woods knife. Okay, this is what I would consider to be quite expensive. It's a very small blade. You're looking at maybe 3 inches, maybe 3.5 inches. It has a funky type of I think it's a recurve to it. It's a very thick knife. I don't know if you can see how thick that is, but that's really, really thick compared to this. All right, but you're about the same in blade thickness, but the handle is just such a chunk on this, on the Tops knife. It's just huge. Now, it is a liner lock, which I'm not a big fan of. Again, I don't like the fact that this is a liner lock, for the simple fact that liner locks have been known to fail, and if you're pounding on it, it's gonna be a problem. Does come with a divot, and you can change the clip. Now, Tops makes great stuff. I have nothing against Tops knives, but again, you're looking at a very expensive knife for what it is, but I wanted to put that on the table. Also, when we're talking about Tops, Tops did come out with the Brother of Bushcraft. I'll throw it up on this on the slide right there, and it's basically the Brothers of Bushcraft knife that they made into a folder, and Tops will do that from time to time. This actually was a fixed blade knife, and then they made it into a folder, and again, Tops will do that. All right, so if you're interested in that, that will also be in the link below. And lastly, I wanted to talk about one of my favorites, and there are 3 versions of this. This is called the Cold Steel Raja. This is the Raja 1 or 2. I think it's about $80–90. All right, this is a Kukri. Okay, this is a very long blade. This is almost 6 inches long. I don't know if I could fit it in screen. It has multiple handle grips, so you can pull it back here if you want to get that leverage, and of course you have the Crusader type of hold. It does come with the wave clip on top, so if you need to deploy it from your pocket, you certainly can, although I don't know how large your pockets are. This is a very, very large handled knife. The clip is reversible, or you can get a secondary clip if you want right hand or left hand. It does come with a flat grind, and of course that typical Kukri style blade. There is a smaller one. This is the Raja 2. There's also a Raja 3, which is half the size of this. But I think if you're going to get a pocket Kukri, you probably want something bigger. That being said, it's a little bit weighty. I don't know what your pocket size is, but I think Cold Steel makes excellent products. I think this one is made in AUS 8. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably AUS 8, but it comes out of the box very sharp, and of course it has that nice triad lock. All right, watch your fingers, but again, you can see how big it is. All right, it's a very, very big knife. But again, this is primarily made for chopping, so if you are in the woods or you're stuck somewhere and you just happen to have a Raja 2 on your person, then this makes an excellent folding survival knife, in my opinion. So those are my 3 picks, or I'm sorry, my 4 picks, or comparisons. Like I said, you can't go wrong with any of these knives right here. These are excellent blades. But again, if you are looking at a impromptu survival situation, you really can't go wrong with the SR1. I know it's a little bit expensive, but you do get that good steel. This steel is going to last you a lot longer than some of the AUS 8s and the other steels that you see on the table. And specifically, it's carryable. I don't know how your laws work in whatever state you're in, but sometimes carrying a fixed blade or dinosaur killer might not be ideal or legal in your state, depending on what it is. So I'm going to continue to carry this. I do use this for an everyday type of option. I always carry 2 knives with me. One will probably be a little bit smaller than this, but carrying a 4-inch blade is really not that scary, especially if you're at a party or you're in the office space. I don't think it's that much of a problem to carry a 4-inch knife. And this one it doesn't give it that tactical look, but again, if you needed some type of heavy-duty survival knife, I don't see why this wouldn't do just as well. So that's my review, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you like the SR1. If you do, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit the little bell in the corner, so if you like these kind of videos, I'll continue to do them. Please go to threeriverblades.com. Check out all the great stuff I have up there, and as always, be safe.